kings, we are the dreams of the legendary. I don't understand why all this talking is necessary. Why you exchanging heated vocabulary?
Hey there, I'm Lord Farquaad, and welcome back to another video about Panau Survival. Progress has been a little slow lately, but we're still going to try to give you update videos to let you know what's going on. In this video, we're going to be talking about the safe zone. So originally, we planned to have a bunch of different safe zone type areas, and then these areas would be separated into beginner players and non-beginner players. However, we quickly decided that probably wasn't the best way to go around doing things because it would separate players, and since there aren't that many players on Just Cause 2 multiplayer right now anyway, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. So instead we've come back to the one safe zone approach that we did do in Survival Island. We might add more later, but probably not. So this safe zone is in a very familiar area for a lot of you people. You'll recognize the area. And the reason that it's here is because the city is one of the best starting areas for new players because it's very easy to get around and hide from people, and it's a very dense area, so there'll be a lot of loot that you can find pretty easily, especially since you always have your grapple, so you can easily just get up the buildings right away. Now the safe zone functions pretty much the same as previous safe zones. However, there are a couple changes. So as you can see, when I entered, I have this yellow kind of glowing line outline across me. So that means I'm in the safe zone, and this applies to anyone in there. So if you see someone with this, they're in the safe zone. But then once you exit, it no longer appears. Vehicles are now allowed in the safe zone, actually. Now you might be wondering, wait, if vehicles are allowed in the safe zone, can't you just push people out with the vehicle and then kill them? No. Because vehicles don't have collision in the safe zone, so you can just walk right through them. It's kind of interesting how it all works, but it should work pretty well. So you can technically put as many vehicles in the safe zone as you want, and people will still be able to run around as usual. However, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that. And then as you can see, once we drive out of the safe zone, you can no longer walk through the vehicle. So that's one way that the safe zone has kind of changed a little bit. So as for other features that we will have in the safe zone, we're also going to do what we did in Survival Island here as well. So we're going to have some text on the wall with various keybinds to open menus like the vehicle menu, storage menu, inventory, etc. so that new players can just see it and get right into the game. They don't have to go through any tutorial. Although we do have some plans for a tutorial where it's a non-intrusive tutorial, and it's not required either. It'll just be kind of on the side, so people can do that if they want. Otherwise, they don't have to. So we'll have some text here, and then we'll have some example loot boxes down below, just to show people what they look like, so that when they go searching, they know exactly what they're looking for. So currently, when you die, you'll appear back in the safe zone. We do have some plans so that you can choose whether to spawn in the safe zone or spawn in your bed when you die. We will get to that once we get to building, which is pretty far away right now. And then we also have been working on some notifications. So as you can see in the top right corner, it says exited safe zone, you're no longer protected. And then when we enter, it says entered safe zone. These are just simple things. Right now we're using most of the old Fallen Civilization code for these notifications, but in the future we're going to work on making it so that they're a little bit more visible, and you can see probably up to 10 of them on the screen at once, so that you don't have to wait for each one to disappear and then reappear. Because right now, as you can see, there's a lot of notifications, but you can only see one at a time, so they kind of just stack up and clog up the area for a little while. The safe zone will also be surrounded by a neutral zone, just like we had in Survival Island. So the neutral zone won't have any rings around it. It'll be kind of invisible, but you will have some indicator in the UI that says that you're in the neutral zone or not. And the neutral zone just allows you to not lose any items if you die. So it's a nice place to get to know all the mechanics, get to know the gameplay a little bit, combat, etc. without losing items. But then once you exit the neutral zone, which is pretty much the entire city, once you exit that, then it's all fair game and you might lose items when you die. So So that's it for the safe zone for now. Stay tuned for the next Panau Survival video.